Hello. Class was good. It was awesome. First class of the year. We typically have a smaller class because there's not too many of us. There's probably, well, actually now there's a lot more than there were before. Because when I started out, there were probably, I think 4 of us total in class, with Sensei included. Now I think we're up to about 7 or 8. Yeah. One of the things I kind of want to talk about, which is the beginning of all of this, which I feel like I really needed to address at first, was like when you're doing your basic forms, you're starting from a place of relaxation. You're starting from a place of rest. You're not starting from a place of, you know, okay, I'm in the ring, my hands are up, I'm going. Or, you know, we both have our knives out and we're here to start sparring. This isn't that. Or even kendo, it's not like we have our shinai out and we are attacking each other trying to get points. This is a martial art developed. This is a martial art developed by samurai for samurai against other samurai, like just in their basic daily lives. Because we see our enemy as unarmed or unarmored, as well as ourselves unarmored. We're just walking about our daily lives, walking on the street, sitting down at a table, or sitting down at, you know, around other people, sitting down in a camp, or just standing minding your own business. And each technique, each waza as they're called, is about different angles and different situations when you're being attacked. So you go from resting to an aggressive stance. It's not like they're gonna draw their sword and hold it out while I, you know, start resting. I'm gonna pull my sword out if he has his sword out. It's mainly for spur of the moment, by surprise, the training kicks in. Because at the time that this martial art was developed, around 500 years ago, there's samurai are forced, or by law, to carry the katana and the wakizashi. They have 2 swords on them at all times. And this was developed to deal with just one sword, and or use mainly one sword. Let me use it again. Ooh, I actually have my notes. And this is what I'm mainly going to be using. Keep track of this stuff. Alright. Today's the 8th. Yeah. 1st January the 8th. I gotta sew some parts of my clothes. I nicked this on a door, and the undergarment in here, the sleeves coming off, so I have to sew that. Let's see. I have one thing that I've noticed recently in a lot of my training, whether it be through like weights or just other physical activities. I started doing some basketball and other sports. Is that I have really weak ankles. I don't have the strongest ankles, and I need to push through them when I'm extending through it. Oh yeah, one thing I noticed was about... One thing that I noticed tonight in class was that whether when I'm cutting or when I'm performing any action, I'm finding myself leaning back to try to stand straighter, but I'm overcorrecting, and I feel like I'm putting too much stress on my lower back. So I need to fix that. And I got some really good notes from Sensei tonight concerning a certain waza, which is a bit more advanced. It's one of the advanced sitting forms, about really incorporating my hips and keeping lower, which I need to do. I need to get more hip flexibility. Those are really my notes from class. Not too many this time because it's first class of the year. But I am going to be taking notes throughout the week and developing them all on Friday, or divulging them all on Friday for y'all to judge me. Oh! Another thing that I have found very interesting about myself that I need to fix... another aspect of this martial art that's extremely important is we do have paired practice, where it would be like if we have wooden swords, bokuto, that we train with each other, where we do some paired practice, some contact, but we don't do that very often. The majority of our training is only you. So you have to envision your enemy, or what we call them teki. You have to envision teki moving and reacting as you move through your techniques. And this is the part that most people will never even get to. This is the hardest thing to cultivate that I really like about this martial art. Is you really have to understand and envision your enemy and deal with them appropriately through your techniques. And that's something a lot of people have hard with, because if you ever go out, I encourage you to go look at some of the Iaido so you know what I'm talking about even. But as you're performing the techniques, you're supposed to be gazing through your enemy. So you're supposed to be looking past them while still taking in everything they're doing and what's happening around them, because there might be someone coming up from behind, you never know. So you're supposed to keep a steady, consistent stare through, and as they get cut down and go to the ground, you follow them down and then raise the eyes back up as you step back into position. And one of the hardest things for anyone to do is to keep that focus on the same, or keep that focus through your enemy the whole time. And that's something I really need to strive for this year in general, because it's hard to truly see an enemy in practice for dealing with an enemy that you see. But got some good notes this week. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, hope you guys like it. Appreciate you guys staying here. See you next week.